Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. Okay, so we are back in the red zone. We're taking down Red Zone Omega here with the Hybrid Saiyan team. There was a post on Twitter about like Broly and Omega being beaten by the Hybrid Saiyan team. So I just wanted to go ahead and do that. Typically, when I do like these types of runs, or like any type of like challenge run, I just like to do it without items. But the post was about beating Broly and Omega with items, right? So I actually intended to bring a Whis item, but this was my first attempt of the day. I just forgot. I just forgot to bring the Whis, but I was able to make it through. So, I mean, this is sort of a soft, no-item run of Omega with Hybrid Saiyans. Honestly, Omega is 1,000 times easier than Broly, though. So, like, it doesn't really matter, right? But I think the support memory does, this is not a no-item run, right? I had brought the GT Hero support memory to buff the Gohan and Goten, because the one thing, Omega is not really, like, I don't want to call Omega not hard, but, like, he's far less tricky of a fight than many of the other fights in the red zone. The reason is because what can be very problematic, especially if you're going for like a no-item run or something like that, is this first phase. Because Omega can seal you and lock you and stuff like that. You're not able to build rotations against this first phase of Omega. And it's like my intention was to get GT Goten and Trunks and GT Gohan and Goten next to each other. But I was not able to accomplish that because of this first phase and just the way the run goes. I wasn't able to get that done. Now, when we're talking specifically about the Hybrid Saiyan team beating this event, Kid Gohan is... honestly, for this run, I think Kid Gohan was the MVP. The reason for that is because you can stun this first phase Omega right here, as we've already seen, right? Especially if I feel like gambling. Remember that Kid Gohan gets a guaranteed stun if he gets hit first, but, you know, we need to build Kid Gohan up to like 600, 700k defense. Remember that the only Hybrid Saiyan team is goated, it's ridiculously powerful, that's it. Like, there's no real argument against that. The only thing about hybrids that's really bad right now is TEQ Ultimate Gohan's leader skill. Because I think any leader skill that's not a full 170% across the board is really not that good. It's like, I don't even like running these types of teams anymore. Even with hybrids, with these characters who will get up to 1,000,000 defense and stuff like that, in the red zone, these bosses' supering still does a lot of damage. This is also another annoying part about this Omega. If he seals Ultimate Gohan, we're not getting our stacks in, right? If he seals Ultimate Gohan, if he seals Kid Gohan, the worst case scenario would be Kid Gohan getting sealed. If Kid Gohan got sealed on any given turn, that might actually be a loss for us, right? So we have to be very, very cautious about that. But the problem is health. 430k HP is just not enough for the red zone. Hybrid Saiyans with the superior units it has, like TEQ Ultimate Gohan, AGL Kid Gohan. The thing about AGL Kid Gohan, he is very, very weak offensively. He's pathetic offensively. But at least he does give key support. But Kid Gohan is also bad defensively, pretty much, at the beginning of fights now. He does stack up rather quickly, and then of course he's got the defensive support, which is good. But with AGL Kid Gohan, you do have to make sure to sort of hide him or use him correctly in the first couple of turns, right? Now that we're, 10 turns deep, Kid Gohan is fine, but you do have to remember with Kid Gohan, he's not just God invincible right away. That's not how it works, right? Now, this was a bit of a gamble right here, but it did pay off. I wanted to get the healing in with those TEQ orbs and stuff like that, and the thing with TEQ Ultimate Gohan's SSR, who I'm running right here, he does guard, just like the TUR does, and he is stacking just like the TUR, but he's only regularly stacking attack and defense. He's not greatly stacking the same way that the TEQ Ultimate Gohan TUR is doing, right? So that's a very, very important thing that you do have to understand about that. The LR Future Trunks and Gohan, honestly, I feel like they performed pretty well in this run. I think we do actually win because of the LR Future Gohan and Trunks. Later on in the fight, y'all will see. But they actually definitely, I think, secure the win for me. LR Future Gohan, a very good unit. Like when you're able to play around with the revive mechanic and, Future Gohan Scouter, like that's where he could be very, very good. So by this point, like the run, I feel like I was feeling like I secured it by this point. Like the point with the Omega fight is if you can just make it past the first phase where he's sealing and locking and stuff like that, he does become pretty easy, because even though STR Sin hits very hard, our full team is stacking besides the GT Goten and Gohan, and then the LR Future Gohan. But, you know, LR Future Gohan sort of got, like, the special abilities and stuff like that. Like, you guys get what I'm saying, right? So it's like, once we make it past the int, like, Legion of Shadow Dragon unit, we're good. Because the thing about Omega is that he always super attacks in the same spot. Now, in this run, the final phase Omega does actually super attack in slot 1, which you guys are going to see why. I mean, I might as well just... I've never seen Omega do this before, but I guess just because it was a very, like, rare, like, thing. Like, I wonder if this only happens if you get a revive. But Omega does super attack in the first slot, and I'll explain what happens once we get there. So by here, we're good. I was thinking about using Kid Gohan's active skill to guarantee we would be good, but I was thinking in 2 turns, right? So if we finish Omega off on this turn right here, then what's going to happen is we're going to have this rotation against Omega's super attack in 2 turns. The point here, right, is that Omega will super in his last attack every 2 turns from this point. This is why this fight is, like, easy-ish, is because we always know where he's going to super attack, and we know how to play around it, right? Because of the fact that we can play around it, it makes him way easier. You essentially have the Scouter active against this Omega at all times, because he only has a countdown super attack, so you know where it's going to be, right? By the way, Future Gohan and Trunks, that was 192k they took? God damn. Alright, so we get the active skill with Kid Gohan. Now, I'm really thinking about how I want to maneuver this turn. I actually do reset this turn, right? Because, okay, my goal here is to try and get the TEQ Ultimate Gohans in front of Omega's super attack as much as possible, right? With the guard and then the million-ish defense they're going to have. TEQ Gohan's SSR does not quite have what it takes to go in front of the super attack because it's not greatly stacking. He can take normals, but he's not going to be able to take the Omega big-time super attack, right? So remember that we use Kid Gohan's active skill, which gives this rotation and next rotation extra defense. But even furthermore, what it did was it gave this Kid Gohan guard. So this Kid Gohan is rocking like what was he? Like 1.1 million defense or whatever, and he's guarding Kid Gohan. So he will eat Omega's super attack easily. Like it's nothing, right? And then this allows me to then use TEQ Gohan's guaranteed guard in 2 turns when we have to get super attacked again, right? So we have nothing to worry about. So like once we get to this point, again, we're pretty good because we can sort of play around it. It's just a matter of this Gohan and Goten unit not getting us killed. We have to pray that they like additional super and stuff like that. I reset this turn because they need Cold Judgment. I think they have Cold Judgment and All in the Family, 2 defensive links. So I have to pair them next to a TEQ Ultimate Gohan, or I think they will die unless they triple super attack. Right, because remember, Gohan and Goten can get very high defense. We can make this work, but the intention is to run them alongside the Goten and Trunks unit, which, because rotations got muddled at the start, I was not able to sort of accomplish. So because of this, right, I just have to pair them next to the TEQ Ultimate Gohan, or else we're done, right? Because if they're not getting All in the Family and Cold Judgment activated to give them the extra defenses, Omega's going to do so much damage. And we need to... They got a double super force at least, right? They could triple super, but at least a double super is, like, really needed. Because remember that they greatly raised defense. See, they took 80k even with a double super attack, and with Cold Judgment and All in the Family activated, right? They didn't have any defensive support. That was just them. That's still fairly good, though. Like, the EZA LR Super Saiyan 4s take that much damage, right? And they're type neutral a lot of times. So, like, keep that in mind. Like, that tanking was not the worst ever, actually. Okay. So, I think I debated transforming into TEQ Ultimate Gohan right there, but I decided against it because I would rather just get the greatly defensive stack in because it's like, even though TEQ Ultimate Gohan gets more defense, he's not then stacking afterwards, right? I believe the SSR Gohan does take a little bit of damage at the start here, but it's like 1 more stack and he'll be at double digits. Yeah, he's just taking a little bit of damage. So we should be good to go right here. TEQ Ultimate Gohan is going to take some damage from this super attack, by the way. Our defense is not high enough. Even with his guard, our defense has not gotten high enough on this TEQ Gohan to be able to double-digit tank this. It just goes to show how hard Omega hits, right? So we get to this turn. Again, it's the same thing. We absolutely must. It is essential that Gohan and Goten are next to TEQ Ultimate Gohan. I was actually able to float them off here, which is very good, right? Only one attack at the end is beautiful. Remember that Kid Gohan is giving the defensive support as well. Like, that's the other thing. Like, once you get past Kid Gohan's initial weakness in an event, he becomes a god. Because he's supporting with ki and he's supporting with defense. Wait, what did I do here? Did I put... Okay, the reason I reset the turn was because I got the TEQ Orbs with TEQ Ultimate Gohan, which was going to cancel LR Future Gohan's revive next. That's why I reset the app to give the TEQ Orbs to Gohan and Goten instead so we can revive with Future Gohan next turn. That's why I did. Okay. I was wondering, like, why did I reset right there? That's why. It's because those TEQ Orbs gave us too much health. My plan at this point is I'm going to put Future Gohan, LR Future Gohan, in front of Omega's super attack. So see, like, we're good. We did it. Like, right? Because now Omega's going to kill LR Future Gohan, but that's what we want. We're just going to revive. Now, this process causes Omega to super attack at the start of the next turn, by the way. See, Omega always super attacks in the last spot, right? It's always consistent that way. But because of the fact that we just died on the turn and then revived, it did something wonky. And then Omega, see, again, he supers in slot 1 on this next turn. I've never seen him do that before. But I guess that's because of the fact that we revive right here. Future Gohan does some reasonable damage, and then he takes a lot of damage. But then the Pog up, you'll revive. I do love this. I love his revive animation and the exchange. Okay, so right here, again, because of the fact that Omega had finished this countdown already, but then, like, he killed us, but then we revived, it caused something wonky to happen to where Omega does super attack in slot 1 right here. I didn't actually realize he was going to do this, but he did. That's because of the fact that I think the revive sort of triggered something weird with the fact that he had already finished his countdown and blah, 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 right? So there we go. There is Hybrids beat. Again, I do not consider this a no-item run because I did use a support memory, which did matter because it was buffing Gohan and Goten, who really needed the help against this phase. It wasn't intended to even be an attempt at a no-item run, though. I just forgot to bring the Whis. This is my first attempt, and we got it done. I could do Broly as well with Hybrids. It's literally just double Whis, his AoE phase, and I'll beat Hybrids. I'll beat Broly with Hybrids probably in one try. You know, I'm gonna upload this video right away. On stream tonight on 5/9, we'll beat Broly with Hybrids. How about that? So let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.